Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ernest. In this quick tutorial, I'm going to guide you through the process on how to connect your cPanel to your Visual Studio Code. This connection will simply allow you to securely access and manage your project files directly from your Visual Studio Code editor. Now, this comes handy if you enjoy and you are a lover of Visual Studio Code editor. And many developers prefer the interface of the Visual Studio Code to that of the cPanel's file manager. And to learn how to do that, you want to stick to the end of this video. Let's get started. I'm already logged into my cPanel. The first thing to do is to go ahead and create our FTP account. So to do that, I'll scroll to the files section and I'm going to click on the FTP account. So quickly, I'm going to fill out all these to go ahead and create our FTP account. Right now, I'm going to call it Optiv. And for the domain, I've already created a subdomain for this project. So let me just quickly select the subdomain, which is this, and I'll enter a password. And when the password is okay, for the directory section right here, I'm going to remove this username, okay? So that I'll create the FTP account directly for this subdomain, the root of the subdomain. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the username right there, and we are good like this. We are pretty much good. For the quota, I would love to leave it at unlimited, and quickly I'm going to click on create FTP account right away. And here we go, account is created, and here you can see the account. We have a couple of options to change the password, change the quota, delete the account totally, and also configure FTP client. So I'm going to click on this option that says configure FTP client. And over here, you can see we have all the manual settings. We have the FTP username, the FTP server, as well as the FTP port. Okay, so we will need this information to be able to connect this FTP account to our Visual Studio Code. Now, the next thing to do is to go over to our Visual Studio Code and do the rest of the connections. So I'm going to open up my Visual Studio Code right away. And when the Visual Studio Code is open, let me just go ahead and maximize it for now. The first thing I'm going to do is to click on the extensions option right here. And I'm going to go ahead and search for the extension. Let me close this up. So I'm going to go ahead and search for the extension called the FTP Simple. And you can see the extension called the FTP Simple. So I'm going to click on that install to install that. Do you trust this? Of course I do. So trust publisher, and it says installing. The installation is going to take about a minute. Yeah, and we have it installed already. So after that, I'm going to press the F1 key to search. For your keyboard, if you have the FN button disabled, make sure you hold the FN button before you press the F1 key. So I'm going to search for FTP. And here I'm going to look for the FTP config. Okay, you can see that the config FTP connection settings from the FTP Simple extension. So when you have that, you're going to click on it. And here we have the file that we're going to use for the FTP setup. Quickly, let's go ahead and do that. For the name right here, we're going to enter the name of the project, basically. So the name of the project is going to be this, and then the host. So to make this visually clear, let me quickly split the screen. To do that, let me hide these extensions outlay, and then this, and I will have this right here. Okay. So we have the information that we're trying to connect with, and we have the VS Code right here. Now for the host, this is going to be the host name from your hosting provider. So let me just quickly open up the cPanel homepage from another page. Just click on the address bar right here. You're going to see the host name of your cPanel account right here. So you're going to copy up this right here. There is no need to copy the HTTPS included, and there is no need to copy any other thing that appears after the domain name. Just copy exactly whatever you see here, something dot probably your hosting provider's domain name or whatever, and copy that and come over here. I'm going to paste that into the host. Control V. Now for the port, as you can see, let's go back to now for the port, it says 21, and here we already have 21. For the type, of course, the FTP, and then the username is going to be this. Let me go ahead and copy that and come over here. I'm going to paste in the username. Control V. Then for the password, I'm going to enter the password right away. Now for the path, you're going to leave it at this because you want to access the root of this subdomain that we have right here. Then for the autosave, you're going to leave that at true, but for the confirm right here, this confirm, I want to leave it at false. The reason why I want to leave it at false is that I don't want to confirm every single time that I want to save changes. So it's actually going to ask you to confirm your save before you can save every other time that you want to save changes. So I just want to leave it at false, and let's take a quick check and we are good to go. So I'm going to save up, Control S to save up, minimize this. Okay, let's bring this back, and we're good to go. So I'll just go ahead and close this out. Then I click on terminal. Of course, I open up a new terminal, and from here I'm going to go to the output option over here, and from this tab that says tasks, I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to select the FTP Simple. So I scroll the way up, you're going to see the FTP Simple right here. Of course, I'm going to click on that, and here we go. If you have any error, it's going to display right here, but for this video we don't have any error at this moment. But if you have any error at the setup of the FTP details, it's going to obviously display right here, and you're going to see what the error is. And again, I'm going to press F1 and I'm going to search for FTP. And the FTP option which I'm looking for right now is the remote directory open to workspace from the FTP Simple. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And here you can see the project name that I entered in the configuration file. So of course, that's the one that we are looking for. I'm going to click on that. And now it's connecting, and there we go, it's open. So you can see from the command line right here, FTP connecting, FTP open. And here we have the current directory to be the root directory over here. So I'm going to click on the current directory to be the root. Just click on that. And right now what is happening is that VS Code is downloading the files in the directory. And here we have the files from the directory. Of course, I trust this. Yes, I do. And over here, you can see that we have the whole files that is right there in the cPanel. So to confirm this, let's go ahead and let me open up the files from the cPanel. Okay, so let me come to domains right here. And here is the Optiv right here, the Optiv project. I'm going to click on the file manager link, and we have all the files that appears right here. So let me quickly split the screen once again. So here we have it. You can see all the files that I have right here are still the ones that I have over here. Now let's go ahead and load up the website. Let's see what we have here, the project that I'm handling. So this right here is project. Let me go ahead and make a quick reload. And here you can see the project is live. So what I'm going to do right now is to go to Visual Studio Code and make a change directly from Visual Studio Code. And let's see if the change is going to reflect live. So you can see this website is actually live. It's not in localhost. As you can see, the web address right here. So I'm going to make some changes from the Visual Studio Code directly from my computer, my PC locally, and immediately I save it from there, you're going to see it reflect live on the website. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me open up the Visual Studio Code once more. So let's go to the home page, which is the index.html. So I click on that. And we have all the code base of the index.html. Let me go ahead and highlight all the code right here, and I'll delete, and then I'll save changes. And here it says, do you want to save changes? Okay, yes, of course I want to save the changes. And let's go over to the website and let's make a quick reload. And here you can see our website is blank. Of course, nothing is here in the page. You can see that it's totally blank. So we made these changes directly from our Visual Studio Code locally from our PC. So let me go ahead and reverse the change. So I'm just going to Ctrl Z right away. And of course, I'll save that changes. And here we go. Let's go back to the website and make a quick reload once more. And yes, guys, our website is back. So you can see that I'm able to make changes directly from my Visual Studio Code. So let's also go ahead and make another significant change. Let's check something to change quickly. See here it says transforming finance with trusted expertise. Okay, let's change something. Let's say transforming investment. Okay, instead of finance, let's say transforming investment. So I'm going to make a search. Ctrl F, let's search for transforming, so I won't waste your time scrolling. Okay, so here we have it, transforming finance. So let's see this. transforming investments. I'm gonna make a quick save right there. Then let's check the website, make a quick reload. And guys, there we have it, transforming investments with trusted whatever. So that is how you can go ahead and edit your website from your Visual Studio Code. If you love Visual Studio Code, if you prefer to use Visual Studio Code in place of the cPanel's file manager, okay, so for example, let's have a quick comparison. This right here is the exact file that I'm editing from Visual Studio Code right here. Now if you want to edit that, you need to first right click and select edit. All this whole process is just to edit one particular file. Now I click on the edit, it loads again and still brings this option for me to still click another edit. I don't actually know why file manager added this option for you to click edit again, but I'm going to click edit anyway. And here we have it. So you can just compare this environment right here to this. You probably prefer Visual Studio Code. So if you prefer to work with your Visual Studio Code directly, this option, this method could be very handy for you. So that's pretty much how you can access, open and edit your project files directly from your Visual Studio Code if you're working with the cPanel server. So if you enjoyed the video, please kindly give it a thumbs up. If you have any question as well, leave it in the comment section. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you can get notified when next I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next one.